Dylan Turner took the outright victory in the opening round of the Total Lubricants LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme Series at Maramarua. Stuart Taylor joined the series at round 2 in the Hawke's Bay and promptly won his home event. After 2 rounds, Dylan Turner holds a slender series points lead, and it's very close at the top, with defending champion Jeff Argyle and Robbie Lester tied for second, only 3 points behind Turner. Round 3 of Rally Xtreme now moves to the Manawatu region. The GoPro Daybreaker Rally, brought to you by Stringfellow Civil Contractors. Manawatu, known for its rolling countryside and wind turbines along with spectacular rally road, is also one of the bases for helicopter coverage company for this event, Helipro Helicopters. The event also sees the return of series co-sponsor Brian Green in the Mitsubishi Evo 10. And for the first time, this series has an international flavour, with New Caledonian John Louis Leroux joining Rally Xtreme, while South Islanders Marcus Van Klink and Ding Buist make the trip north in their spectacular 2-wheel drives. The GoPro Daybreaker Rally comprises of 9 special stages over 116 kilometres, and the event starts and finishes in the township of Fielding, just outside Palmerston North. Special Stage 1, Pakihikura at 26 kilometres. It's the longest stage of the event.
Small crest, 300.
And first up is co-sponsor of Rally Xtreme, Brian Green, in his Mitsubishi Evo 10. Next up is Clinton Cunningham in the older Mitsubishi Evo 4. Bad luck has plagued Cunningham in the series so far, so he'll be looking for a good clean run here on the Manawatu roads. These sensational helicopter shots are brought to you by Helipro, a New Zealand-wide helicopter company which also specialises in helicopter pilot training. Brian Green, the first driver to make his way to the stage split point. Quentin Palmer now into the stage. Palmer was very impressive at the previous round in the Hawke's Bay. A puncher in that event, however, cost him a great result. Now on board with Cunningham, with the Helipro helicopter in full view, taking some fantastic shots here in the Manawatu.
Well, first time we've seen Clinton Cunningham from upstairs, and the car looks pretty good on the road here. Clinton Cunningham driving this car very well, nice and tight and tidy. He'll want a good clean run through this first stage and throw down a great stage time.
Cunningham now at the stage split point. He's slightly quicker than Green. Dave Strong now on the start line in the S2000 Ford Fiesta. Back on board with Brian Green as he approaches the finish of this tricky stage.
Fleur Pedersen calling the pace notes as Brian Green comes down to the end. 21:41.8. That's the benchmark. Brian, it's great to see you back here in Rally Xtreme. Great to see you on your home rally.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here, but certainly a very tricky stage to start the day off with. The old boy's pretty tired at the end of that.
Quentin Palmer approaching the stage split. He's well up on both Green and Cunningham.
3.
Nigel Adams now on the start line in the Taranaki Automotive brake and clutch Mitsubishi Evo 5.
Well, Nigel's probably been the most impressive driver in the series so far. At Hawke's Bay, he was well and truly on the pace.
Once again, these fantastic Helipro shots with Clinton Cunningham as he makes his way towards the stage end.
Well, in this narrow section towards the end of the stage, and looks like Cunningham's actually slowing down here.
He's got a problem.
Game over for Clinton Cunningham. He's going to park this car. That's the end of it.
3,
Dylan Turner
2,
next up to tackle the
1.
26 kilometres. Turner has a new co-driver for this round, one of New Zealand's fastest drivers, Mark Tapper, now in the passenger seat, calling the pace notes for Turner.
80. Look at it.
Well, already Mark Tapper throwing a little bit of humour in there for
5
Dylan.
plus into 5 minus. Here's another Xector, mate. It's a rally of attrition already.
So lots of drama here in the opening stages as we go back to the Helipro helicopter shot. Sensational roads, quite tight and twisty in the early running here. After running his Honda Civic on the first 2 rounds, Dave Strong has brought out his S2000 Ford Fiesta for the Manawatu event. This should give Strong a good shot at overall honours. Strong makes his way towards the split. He's trying very hard. In fact, faster so far, just up on Palmer. Defending series champion Jeff Argyle now at the stage start. Argyle in his home rally will be hard to beat. He knows these roads well, having done several events over these roads over the years. Once again with these Helipro shots, Argyle showing how it's done.
Jeff getting a little bit sideways there too.
Nigel Adams looking very fast here.
Nigel Adams, he's sitting in the car very relaxed, but just notice that he's only got one hand on the steering wheel. That's his style of driving, but it seems to work for him.
Adams now approaching the stage split.
I think he's going to be up on time here, Jamie. He's doing pretty well.
Looks very, very smooth.
He's up on him, 14 seconds up on strong, quickest so far.
Quinton Palmer now making his way to the stage finish. Looking very, very smooth, Roger.
He's looking very smooth indeed, and I'll tell you what, he's carrying a lot of speed from corner to corner. We might be on for a good time here. Now let's go on board as Quinton Palmer runs down towards the finish. You look at that clock, I think he's on for a boomer.
It's fast. 21, 24.6, 17 seconds quicker than Green. Dylan Turner now approaching the stage split. Remember, Nigel Adams is the quickest so far to this point.
Well, this is going to be close, just looking at the clock. In fact, it's going to be very close.
Up on Adams, but there's only 1 second in it. Last driver to enter the special stage is Alex Kelsey in his highly modified Subaru Impreza.
Well, he hasn't had much luck this season, but we probably expect fireworks from Alex Kelsey in this round. He'll go all out to win. If you just have a look at the car there, you'll see number 3, he changes gear, or he's going to change gear, and that's number 2, so that tells him what gear he's in.
And 2 left.
Now above Dave Strong, just listen to the Ford Fiesta screaming.
Now on board with Dave as he rolls down to the finish. This is going to be a great time, 21.20. He goes to the top of the leaderboard. Dave, it's great to see you back in the 4-wheel drive after the 2-wheel drive in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's quite difficult, completely different. Got to attack the corners completely different, brake later and all sorts of things, but it's a great car and I love it.
Argyle now well into the groove on these fast Manawatu roads and approaching the stage split point. Can he go faster than Turner? Yes, 8 seconds up on the LJ Hooker Mitsubishi. Nigel Adams now winding out towards the stage finish. Dave Strong's time of 21.20 is the time to beat so far.
Well, Nigel Adams is looking pretty good here. He's carrying a lot of speed from corner to corner. Now let's go on board as he winds down to the finish. Tania Gwynn calling the shots.
This is quick. 20:58.1, great time, 22 seconds quicker than Strong.
Nigel, pretty good stage time. You're the quickest so far, but both Dylan and Jeff Argyle have still got to come through here.
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty tough in there. There's a lot of loose gravel and mud and stuff like that, but yeah, no, we're happy with the time.
Alex Kelsey, the last driver to make his way to the stage split. Will he be up on Argyle?
He's trying. He's trying.
Yes, 6 seconds up. Kelsey is flying in the Challenge Subaru.
Kelsey making his intentions very clear. He wants to make a very good time in this first stage, and everyone will be in catch-up mode from there. Oh, he's just hit something. The wheels come off.
The right front wheel has parted company.
How?
Kelsey's got big problems here.
The wheels come off. Yeah.
Well, he looks shocked. He looks very surprised. Just before that wheel came off, the car just pulled itself into the bank, and that's the end of Alex Kelsey's day.
Dylan Turner now only a few corners from the stage finish. Mark Tapper calling the notes. Can he go quicker than Adams? 20:58.1. Yes. 20:55.5. Just quicker.
Dylan quickest so far, but Jeff Argyle still to come through.
Yeah, when we had all sorts of problems. I don't think our diff computer's working properly. It was really slippery, but yeah, if we're the quickest so far, that's amazing. We had real problems. It was a struggle.
And here is Argyle. We're on board. Just look at the Helipro helicopter. These shots are amazing. How low can they go?
Well, they certainly are amazing. And Jeff Argyle just getting a little bit wide on that corner. But again, he's another driver carrying a lot of speed corner to corner. I think we're on for a good one here.
Back on board with Argyle as co-driver. JL Air calls the pace notes. This looks like a very quick stage.
Well, it's going to be a boomer. 20:41.0. Argyle now the rally leader.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me at all.
Jeff, we thought Dylan's time was pretty good through that first one, but you've just nailed him by 12 seconds. You're the fastest. You're leading the rally.
Yeah, we were happy enough with it. It was quite loose. It's quite hard to keep it online, but as long as you did that, yeah, it's good as gold.
So after special stage 1, Jeff Argyle leads the event from Dylan Turner, followed by Nigel Adams, Dave Strong, Quentin Palmer and Carl Davies in the Mitsubishi Evo 8. There were problems early in the event for several competitors. Young driver Lance Williams only travelled 50 metres before his gearbox blew. And Lee Robson also retired early in his Evo 4, fuel pump issues causing his premature retirement.
Well, that's a real shame for Lee Robson because he's 4th place in the series points coming into this round.
In the class battles, it was Phil Campbell in the Ford Fiesta R2 taking an early lead in the open 2-wheel drive category.
Well, we've seen the 4-wheel drive cars upstairs, but now we've got a chance to see a front-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive car.
Second time out for former New Zealand rally champ Bruce Herbert. He's now getting to grips with his turbo Toyota Corolla. Herbert currently second in open 2-wheel drive. And Grant Liston now in a battle for second, only a few seconds behind Herbert in his Honda Integra. Once again, mechanical issues forced Tony McConaughey into early retirement in the Hayabusa-powered Toyota Starlet. The classic battle here will be a cracker. South Islanders Marcus van Klink, Jeff Judd and Dean Buist have joined the series for this round. Van Klink, of course, in the very powerful rear-wheel drive Mazda RX-7. Rallying as it should be, sideways. Silver Fern Rally winner Dean Buist in a beautiful sounding BDA Escort tried hard to keep up with Van Klink. However, the RX-7 driver holds an early advantage. Look at the commitment here.
And look at the commitment here as well. Dean Buist, he's throwing this car around. This is what the spectators come to see, rear-wheel drive action like this.
Nothing quite like the sound of a BDA.
And also the way it's driven.
Classic Series leader Lee Stringer couldn't keep up with the South Islanders. However, he's the current points leader in the Classic class, so he'll want to score valuable points on this event. Last year's Classic champion Jeff Judd returned in his BDA Escort. However, mechanical issues forced Judd into an early retirement in the BNT Mark II.
Well, that's a shame because the battle between him, Buist and Van Klink would have been something to see. Just look at the commitment here, Jamie.
And as I said earlier, nothing quite like the sound of a BDA. After a great run in the Hawke's Bay round, Chuck Newton continued his good form here in his home event, holding an early advantage in the club 4-wheel drive class in his Mitsubishi VR4. And Newton's main rival, Gareth McLaughlin, is chasing hard, both driving the big Mitsubishi VR4s, only seconds separating the two at this stage of the event. Max Bailey, the youngest driver in the event, currently leads club 2-wheel drive in his Toyota Levin. While fellow Hawke's Bay driver Greg Brown is chasing Bailey hard, though maybe a little too hard. Brown second in club 2-wheel drive. So looking at the class leaderboard after special stage 1, Nigel Adams leads pre-2000 4-wheel drive, Phil Campbell open 2-wheel drive, Chuck Newton club 4-wheel drive, Max Bailey club 2-wheel drive, Marcus van Klink leading classic. After 4 of the 9 stages, Jeff Argyle now has the rally under control. The Total Lubricants driver has won all 4 first stages, now with a 28-second rally lead. Dylan Turner has chased hard, however, maybe even at this early stage, Turner will be thinking second best is what he will achieve today. And Nigel Adams, a good solid 3rd place, just a minute behind the rally leader after 4 stages. After an impressive run at the Hawke's Bay round, Carl Davies is again showing early pace. The Mitsubishi Evo 8 driver currently 4th, however he's in a big battle with several other drivers.
Carl Davies continues to impress. At Hawke's Bay, he was right on the pace. In fact, he got very close to a podium before he dropped down a little bit. So again, great pace here from Davies.
Dave Strong in the high-revving Fiesta, only 1.5 seconds behind Davies. And Quentin Palmer is only 2 seconds behind Strong, so from 4th to 6th, it's covered by just over 5 seconds. Brian Green has showed consistent pace this morning. The rally veteran currently well inside the top 10, 8th place for Greenie. After a troubled first 2 rounds, Philip Broadbent has settled down, taking it easy early on. However, still 10th place, only 18 seconds behind Green.
We're talking to Philip at the start of the event, and he said he's going to take this very easy. He's had a few problems in the first 2 rounds, but already he's up into 10th place. 18 seconds behind Greenie. Would probably expect him to be a little bit quicker later on in the event.
However, the talking point of the morning has been the form of Paul DeRose. After losing time on stage 1, DeRose has climbed from 27th to 16th overall after the first 4 stages. However, it's his stage times which has people talking, with a 2nd fastest on special stage 4 and 3rd on special stage 3. The first service break is at the small settlement of Apathy, just north of Fielding, and here the crews take a breath after a close morning of rallying. The battle between Carl Davies, Dave Strong, Quentin Palmer and Graham Featherston is close, only seconds covering 4th to 7th, and Strong appears to be really enjoying this battle.
So that's what rallying's all about. It doesn't matter where you are in the field. If there's a good battle, that's what we're here for, and I'm going to have to lift my game a bit more, I think.
No problems though for rally leader Jeff Argyle after his morning workout.
Jeff, currently at the moment, it's fairly comfortable for you at the front. I think it's the leader's probably 30 odd seconds over Dylan.
Yeah, we've been going quite reasonable. Haven't really had any problems other than intercom going on the first stage, but yeah, just trying to keep a constant pace.
Welcome back to the Total Lubricants LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme Series, Special Stage 5, London Ford Road, also the Geartech Automotive Power Stage. First up to tackle the short 8Ks is Graham Featherston in the Mitsubishi Evo 7. Featherston currently 7th overall in the Total Access Mitsi. Dave Strong now into the Geartech Automotive Power Stage. Expect Strong to drive flat out here. He really wants the Power Stage victory. He's put new tyres on the car to try and gain every advantage he can. Paul DeRose also into the stage. With his current pace in the Stringfellows Mitsubishi Evo 7, he could be a major threat to the more fancy drivers up front.
Well, Paul DeRose was actually the club 2-wheel drive class winner last year in a Mitsubishi Mirage. Now he's gone to a 4-wheel drive, and believe it or not, this is only his 2nd event in the 4-wheel drive car.
Doing a fantastic job after those problems in Special Stage 1. Graham Featherston closing in on the stage finish.
What a fantastic stage this is. It's got fast stuff, it's got windy stuff, and Graham Featherston comes down towards the end here. His time is 6:01.3, that's the benchmark.
Sounds like a little exhaust leak though there for Featherston. Rally leader Jeff Argyle on the start line. Argyle once again has driven this road on several occasions in rallies over the years, so he will be the driver to beat.
Into 4 left, 60.
Argyle's main rival now on the start line. Dylan Turner in the LJ Hooker Mitsubishi Evo 8. Turner currently 2nd overall. He'll try and turn the tables on Argyle in here. On board with Dave Strong. Coming down to the finish, his time 5:58.7, quicker than Featherston, and a pretty good time for the Ford Fiesta driver.
Yeah, that was pretty well 100% for me. Put some soft tyres on, so I wanted to make the most of them while they weren't too hot, and the road was good, so keep trying, eh?
Nigel Adams next up on the start line. These shorter stages tend to suit him. Adams currently 3rd overall, however his stage times this morning have been impressive.
Once again, Nigel driving with one hand on the wheel. This is a tight, twisty stuff. You get through this and then it's a long, fast section towards the end of the stage.
Paul DeRose now approaching the finish line.
He's been pretty quick through this stage, Jamie. What's his time going to be?
His time, 5:58.5, just quicker than Strong.
5 right.
Back on board with Argyle with the Helipro helicopter in full view.
Looks like Jeff Argyle's using all the road here. In fact, round this one, he's just about used a bit more of all the road.
Caution, long 6
Now
right,
Argyle
over
running
small
down
crease
this
into 5
downhill
left
section. It
minus.
can be a little bit tricky here.
3 60 right.
He's carrying a lot of speed. In fact, he nearly went off there. You can hardly tell, but I tell you, Argyle nearly went off at that point.
Full commitment from the Total Lubricants driver. Dylan Turner making his way along now this fast ridge section of the Geartech Automotive Power Stage. Fantastic shots.
And also great scenery here of the Manawatu as these cars go through these stages. Let's go on board with Dylan Turner with Mark Tapper.
Mike Matheson telling you speed up.
Oh, it's because I missed a gear, man.
It's an interesting discussion going on in the cockpit. Nigel Adams well and truly into the stage. Adams carrying plenty of speed through here.
Yes, he's looking fast as well. In fact, sometimes Nigel Adams doesn't look that fast, but he carries speed from corner to corner. Like if we watch Jeff Argyle through there, he was all over the road, but Adams seems to be able to keep this car in nice and tight and tidy.
Finish.
Back on board with the rally leader, Argyle, as he makes his way towards the finish line. Fast finish.
Over finish.
His time, 5:53.1. Argyle, quickest so far in the Total Lubricants Mitsubishi.
Jeff, a really good time in the power stage, 5:53. Yeah, no, happy enough. Actually had a bit of a moment over a crest, went wide and luckily there was a big runoff area. Just for some reason I'm not concentrating very well at the moment.
Now Dylan Turner approaching the finish. He's round this last right-hander and he's throwing the car a little bit wide out of the turn there. He's got this big long straight as he comes down. What can he do?
It's going to be close, getting down to the line now, 5:53.0.
Dylan power stage time, Jeff Argyle 5:53.1, Dylan Turner 5:53.0.
Oh, you're kidding. Half a is it 0.2 seconds, something like that? Awesome.
0.1.
I can't add up, mate. I'm a driver. Hey, that's awesome. We swapped tyres over and wow, what a difference. Heaps better. The car feels great now.
1/10 of a second between Argyle and Turner. Here's Nigel Adams. He's looked fast all stage.
And he looks extremely fast here as he comes round this last corner. A little bit wide like Dylan Turner. Now he's got this big long straight to wind down to the finish. Jamie, what's he going to do?
It's going to be close again. Can he beat the times? 5:52.3, 0.7 quicker than Turner.
Nigel, this is really incredible because I tell you what, Dylan did a 5:53.0 and you've just done a 5:52.3.
Yeah, it makes a difference when you got a little bit of boost back. Nah, it went really well in there. That was a good run. We're stoked.
So after special stage 5, Jeff Argyle continues to lead over Dylan Turner ahead of Nigel Adams, Dave Strong, Carl Davies and Quentin Palmer. At this round, the $500 power stage bonus is for the club 4-wheel drive class. First up, Ben Brown in the VR4, nearly going off here. Next up is the Subaru Legacy of Alan Smith. Smith quicker than Brown with a time of 6:38.5. Gareth McLaughlin up next to tackle the Geartech Automotive Power Stage in the big Mitsubishi VR4.
Certainly throwing his car around. In fact, he's getting a little bit wide there, but Gareth McLaughlin might be on for a good time here as he makes his way towards the end of the stage.
Marty Smith on the start line in his Subaru Legacy. Chuck Newton, probably the favourite to win the Club 4-wheel drive power stage, is the final driver to start the stage. Marty Smith looking good, plenty of speed. Gareth McLaughlin down to the finish. His time, 6:14.3, quickest so far. Chuck Newton now well into the stage, throwing his big VR4 around.
Yes, old Chuck Newton living up to his name. He's chucking this VR4 around in this stage.
Still quite heavy gravel out there, as you can see from that right-hander. Marty Smith, can he beat McLaughlin's time? Yes, 6:10.9 for Smith. Marty Smith has set a very competitive time. Chuck Newton will have to dig deep to win this one. Newton now closing in on the finish. His time, 6:09.1, 1 second quicker than Marty Smith. So it is Chuck Newton that takes out the Club 4-wheel drive power stage victory and the $500 check.
The power stage, the XT2 class, sponsored by Geartech Automotive, and it was Chuck Newton in the VR4 who took the honours in the end. And Chuck, what a drive.
Yeah, it was good. Good drive. Put a head down on that stage and gave it our all. Just beat Marty by a second. Excellent drive from him. I'd like to say a big thanks to Anton from Geartech. The $500 will go far towards our next rally at Pai here, hopefully.
Welcome back to the Total Lubricants LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme Series. It's not just the top competitors having an intense battle in this event. The battle here is very close between Hugh Spence and the Subaru Impreza, currently a credible 15th overall. One place back in 16th is New Caledonian driver Jean-Louis Leroux in the later model Subaru Impreza. Leroux only 21 seconds behind Spence, and these two have been battling together all day. And Brad Ailing, driving his Subaru Impreza, has joined in on this battle. Ailing in 17th, only 1 second behind the Asia Pacific veteran.
In fact, this battle was so close that at some stages it's only been 0.1 of a second.
After driving well all day, local man Brian Green still finds himself in the top 10, 8th place for the series co-sponsor.
Brian driving very well. In fact, Brian puts a lot of effort, a lot of money and a lot of time into rallying and supports it, especially the young guys and also the series.
Fantastic ambassador for the sport of rallying in New Zealand. Phil Broadbent now just outside the top 10, currently 11th overall.
When you watch Phil Broadbent, oh, he's just hit something there. Well, he's away again.
Big moment there for Broadbent in the Golf Mitsubishi.
Well, that could have been a disastrous moment for Broadbent. But what I was saying earlier, he looks very relaxed inside the car, very little steering movement. In fact, it looks like he's driving the car on a normal road.
An open two-wheel drive, Jason Weld is again thrilling the crowds with his spectacular style in the Evo-powered Datsun 180B. Phil Campbell, well, he's been flying all day. Now a big lead in open two-wheel drive and has plenty of pace on here. And the classic battle is still between the two South Islanders. Marcus Van Klink currently 8th overall in the Mazda RX-7.
Well, again, let's have a look upstairs and see how Marcus throws his car around and just listen to it screaming.
Great sound for the rotary fans.
In fact, he gets airborne over there. Now let's go and have a listen and see what happens on board.
Long 5 left minus. Don't go wide here. Don't go wide now. Keep it in. 6 left. And 6 right over crest, 60 to a caution. Caution here. Long 6 right over crest into 5 left minus.
Dean Buist, 10th overall in the BDA Mark II Escort. 2nd in the classic category behind Van Klink.
Just listen to this car roar.
Great shots from inside. Listen and sit back. Full commitment from the South Islander.
Absolutely, and he's really throwing his car around now. Jamie, this is great to watch, isn't it?
Absolutely sensational. Dean Buist at his best. So after special stage 7, Jeff Argyle continues to lead over Dylan Turner, with Nigel Adams in 3rd, followed by Dave Strong. Graham Featherston now up to 5th, and Carl Davies. Special stage 8, Ridge Road at 24 kilometres long. This is the second longest of the event.
Looks like Jeff Argyle's actually hit something there on that right-hander.
You heard the impact there on board the Total Lubricants Mitsubishi.
Let's have a listen and see if there is a problem.
6 left minus, 50. Have we got a flat tire or not?
Don't know.
7 left minus.
Jeff Argyle, not sure, may have a problem after hitting a rock. On board now with Dylan Turner in the LJ Hooker Mitsubishi. Turner is in a strong 2nd place, however, with Argyle hitting that rock. Could that change things?
Looks like Dylan Turner's having a few handling issues of his own here.
Long 48 plus 120.
So 1st and 2nd possibly with issues. Nigel Adams currently 3rd in the older Mitsubishi Evo. This has been another solid performance from the Taranaki driver.
Well, could this be Nigel Adams' chance with the drivers in front maybe having some issues?
Dave Strong still holding on to 4th place, over a minute down on Adams, however. It's the drivers behind him that he needs to keep an eye on. Graham Featherston putting in his well-known late charge. The Mitsubishi Evo 7 driver now 5th, only 6 seconds behind Strong. Carl Davies has dropped to 6th place. However, it's so close. Davies only 3 seconds behind Featherston, who's going to crack first. And Quentin Palmer is still well in this battle, 7th, only 11 seconds behind Davies.
Well, this battle's been going on all day between these drivers. Quinton Palmer, he's actually looking quite sideways here.
5 left, tightening down to
Quite a tight piece of road. You can see that drop
he's got
off
it
to
wrong
the right.
here, Jamie.
He's got it wrong and he is gone.
Oh.
Over and out for Quinton Palmer.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm right.
30 over finish.
Jeff
60.
Argyle approaching the stage finish. Has he lost much time after hitting that rock? His time, 18:17.8 for the 24 kilometres. Argyle quick to get out of the car and check the front end.
Jeff, you're out of the car. Looks like you looked at something on the front end. What's the problem?
Yeah, we had a big pothole in the second corner of the stage, and we thought we had a flat tyre for a while. So, yeah, we could have lost quite a bit of time in them.
Cameras the whole way through
On board now with Dylan Turner as he approaches the stage finish. His time, 18:20.8, slower than Argyle.
Dylan, looks like Jeff had a problem in there, but he's still beating you by 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's not really a stage I like, to tell you the truth. It gets a bit tight and narrow in the middle, and we started good and we finished good, but I just really struggle with that narrow stuff at the moment with my car. But we pushed as hard as we could, really, Rog. And Jeff's home yard, and he's a good driver down there. He's fast.
What can Nigel Adams do? Can he make a gain on both Argyle and Turner in here? His time, 18:19.0, so it's status quo at the top. Meanwhile, Paul DeRosa's massive charge continues. The Stringfellow sponsored driver now inside the top 10. So after special stage 8, it is Jeff Argyle holding station over Dylan Turner, followed by Adam Strong, Davies and Featherston, those two changing positions in the last 2 stages. With Nigel Adams way out in front of the pre-2000 four-wheel driver was Jonathan Shapley in his Evo 4, who was the runner-up in the class. Glenn Bublitz in the older Mitsubishi Evo filled the final podium spot in pre-2000 four-wheel drive. Marcus van Klink won the Classic Battle and first two-wheel drive car home, 8th overall, winning the Classic class by 26 seconds. And fellow South Islander Dean Bewis just couldn't match Van Klink's pace over the latter stages. Bewis 10th overall and 2nd overall in the Classic class. While series points leader Lee Stringer took 3rd overall in Classic, that still gives Stringer a comfortable points lead in the section. Over Roger Goss, who brought his Mazda RX-3 home in 26th place, now 2nd overall in the points behind Stringer. Phil Campbell won the Open two-wheel drive class comfortably in the Ford Fiesta R2. His winning margin was over 2.5 minutes. Grant Liston increased his pace in the afternoon to take 2nd in Open two-wheel drive. Over local and former national champ Bruce Herbert, the battle between these two drivers was one of the day's highlights, with only seconds separating the two all day. Meanwhile, Jason Weld continued to throw his Datsun 180B around all day, much to the crowd's delights. As well as winning the Club 4-Wheel Drive Power Stage, Chuck Newton made it a clean sweep, winning Club 4-Wheel Drive and finishing an amazing 12th overall. And young Max Bailey took his first class win, the youngster winning Club 2-Wheel Drive. On board now with Phil Broadbent in the Golf Mitsubishi. Broadbent finished 11th overall, only 11 seconds behind the 10th place Dean Bewis. While Brian Green had a great day at his home event.
Well, Brian's still keeping plenty of pace on for the veteran, and with co-driver Fleur Pedersen, they've done a very good job today, keeping this car on the island and done very well.
So Greenie crossing the finish line in the Brian Green Properties Mitsubishi Evo, 9th, a fine effort. Graham Featherston dropped a place in the final stage. He still finished 6th and now is 3rd overall in the Total Lubricants LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme. Carl Davies moved up a place, another great result, 5th overall. One of the drives of the day, however, was Paul DeRose. After early problems, DeRose fought his way back to 7th overall. This guy has a big future in the sport. And Dave Strong, well, he just drove flat out all day in the S2000 Fiesta and was rewarded with 4th overall here in the Manawatu. On board with Nigel Adams as he now prepares to tackle the final stage, 8 kilometres of Macbeth Road.
Nigel Adams in a comfortable 3rd place, and Dylan Turner's a fair way ahead of him.
Dylan Turner, though, at the spectator junction mid-stage. Turner's got a problem. He's got the hazards on.
Well, Mark Tapper's out the door. He's got the thumb down, so there's a problem. This car sounds flat.
Back on board with Nigel Adams. Obviously, he's not aware that Turner has a potential problem.
Well, Nigel Adams has had his fair share of problems this season, but this is a big opportunity for Adams to move up the leaderboard into 2nd place. Can he do it?
And here is Dylan Turner crawling down to the finish. His time, 6:19.8. Very, very slow. Definitely having some issues.
Dylan, you got your hazard lights coming over here. What's the problem?
Really don't know, Rog. Just about 5k into there, 3k into there, something like that. Just lost all power pretty much. Just dropped down and sort of wouldn't accelerate.
Back on board with Adams. He has to go 6 minutes flat, 0.2 or better to get into 2nd place.
Well, coming down to the finish line, and I think he's well and truly in here.
5:40.7, he's done it. Adams up to 2nd. Dylan will have to settle for 3rd.
What'd you feel?
Oh no, just a little bit loose.
A little bit loose in stages, but...
And with that, Nigel Adams has won the Brian Green Properties Driver of the Day Award. Nigel, Dylan had a problem in the last stage there, and looks like you've moved up to 2nd overall.
Oh, really? We made that much time up on him?
Yeah, he lost a lot. He said he lost a lot of power, so looks like I think you've gained 40 seconds on him.
Oh, no, that's stoked. We're right. Yeah, unlucky for him, though, but yeah, I guess that's racing.
No problems for Jeff Argyle, though. With his big rally lead, you'd expect Argyle to cruise through the final stage. However, he has other ideas as he entertains the large crowd. On board with Argyle as he approaches the finish. Not a lot of gravel left at the business end of the day. His time underneath the Total Lubricants finish, 5:41.7, 1 second slower than Adams. That won't worry Argyle. He's the round 3 Total Lubricant LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme winner.
Jeff, you finally got there, your first rally of the season that you won, and your home rally. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. We thought we were in trouble that last stage, but with a arm back, I could put the pressure on a bit more on there and just had some fun.
So for round number 3, it is Argyle with his first win in 2013 for the Total Lubricants LJ Hooker Rally Xtreme from Nigel Adams, with Dylan Turner completing the podium. And for the class results, Nigel Adams taking pre-2000 4-wheel drive, Phil Campbell Open 2-wheel drive, Chuck Newton Club 4-wheel drive, Max Bailey Club 2-wheel drive, Marcus Van Klint Classic. And points after round number 3, Jeff Argyle, 140 points, 5 clear of Dylan Turner, with Graham Featherston in 3rd on 122 points. So it's goodbye from the Manawatu for round number 3. Round number 4 will see the teams head north for the Rally of the North, based out of Paihia on the 17th of August.